Hey there, everyone. I'm back, and we are so back on the keto diet. So let's get into it, shall we? I was curious how much I weighed as soon as I woke up. So I stepped on the scale and found myself to be 171.2, which I honestly found very surprising because I was expecting it to be at least 2 pounds more. But I don't know. Maybe my body just guzzled all that sugar down and like made it evaporate or something. Who could say? But let's get into the food that I ate. And I gotta be honest, it was a pretty simple meal menu this time around. So in the morning, my sister made a cheese and egg spinach omelet with sliced pieces of sausage and baked bacon. I had a cup of coffee to go with it. It was pretty good. I did not eat any lunch at work today. And at night, I had a sudden hankering for a bologna sandwich with cheddar cheese slices. So before I left work, I bought bologna, cheddar cheese, low carb bread, only 1 gram of net carbs per slice, and something interesting I had never seen before: Trident gum that was uh, blue raspberry flavored, specifically Sour Patch Kids blue raspberry flavored. Now, that's actually my favorite Sour Patch Kids flavor. So I was curious to see if it matched those expectations. And lo and behold, I think it did. It pretty much tasted a 1-to-1. Although you can only taste it for like a good 5 minutes before the flavor started to deaden. But it's like pretending you can eat candy for like 5 minutes. Eh, not bad. The bologna sandwich, yeah, it was 2 slices of the low carb bread with avocado mayonnaise and mustard with some cayenne pepper sprinkled on top, and one bologna, 1 slice of cheddar cheese, another slice of bologna, another slice of cheddar cheese, and one more slice of bologna. Um, Pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very good. Oh, and I also got some Quest chips too. These ones were their hot chip flavor, and they were really tasty. I really enjoyed them. They had a nice, robust, hot flavor to them that made me feel like I was just eating normal, like hot chips instead of like healthy chips. I really enjoyed the Quest chips. They're really good. And yeah, I took my vitamins. And that's pretty much everything I ate today. Any exercise? No, not really. Other than just walking a whole lot at work, pushing carts and walking around the store, getting chores and things done. That's about it. And I guess lifting heavy things for customers and lifting bags and like. Well, I suppose we can get on with the daily update. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I woke up at around 6:30 because my mom had told me that our trash was going to be picked up today, and that I didn't take the trash out from last night. So we had to scramble quickly to get the trash up in the front. There was a big problem though with the black trash can. It was behind a locked gate, and the key that I used to unlock the gate is part of my car keys, which are currently at the auto shop because my car's being repaired over there. So we had to use a spare keys, and yeah, it was solved, but it took us a while to find those spare keys. We were able to bring everything out, and everything was able to get dumped. Oh, I should bring up the black trash can before I go to bed tonight, so we don't get a ticket. Afterwards, I basically just went back to sleep and continued nodding off into sleep until around like 9 o'clock a.m., where I decided it would be a good idea to contact the auto shop that's working on my car right now. I was able to contact them, and they basically told me that the vehicle is going to need its entire like back like brakes and like the pieces used to make the back brakes work with the back wheels of the car completely replaced, and the total price was an estimated $450. So yeah, that's a huge chunk of cash. Well, hey, at least I don't have any car payments, so that's nice. And at least the insurance on the car is low because it's an older vehicle. Um, yeah, but I agreed to it, and they are working on it. They said maybe you could pick it up later in the afternoon today, and I said, well, I need to go to work from 12 to 9. And he said, no problem, just pick it up tomorrow morning. So I guess I'll have my car back tomorrow morning. So that'll be cool. Afterwards, if I'm remembering correctly, my sister made breakfast for me and my mom and her, which was the omelet. It was very good, the sausage and the bacon. And then after that, oh, me and mom, we both drove. Well, she drove us since she has a car, and mine's in construction. To a hair parlor, barber shop, I guess, where we each got a haircut, and here's my haircut. Not bad if I do say so myself. I think it's pretty good. Well, after we got our haircut and we arrived back home, I needed to immediately get ready for work. So I got my clothes on and I was good to go. So I asked my mom if she could drive me since I don't have a car currently, and she agreed. So she took me off and I was at work. Work today was a 12 to 9 shift, and I have to say that it was honestly a pretty slow day. It wasn't too crazy. It, it was a fairly relaxed pace, I would say, overall. First hour was spent bagging. Second hour was spent doing a lot. The next 2 hours was a mix of doing go backs and bagging, where my first 10-minute break, I walked up and I believe I tried spending that 10-minute break doing some breath work. It was all right. Then, after that, I went back to work again. Then, when I punched out for lunch, since I didn't have a drive, normally I drive home for lunch, and I didn't want to spend any more money than I needed to, I decided to just not eat for lunch today. And I just went upstairs and did some breath work and meditating, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Then came downstairs again, And the last 4 hours of any pre-closing shift or closing shift for that matter is complete bananas because you're expected to, do a lot for a little time, and you got to be fast about it, So, for example, I needed to take out the trash. I needed to restock bags into the check stands. I also needed to do lot. I needed to refill our spray bottles and paper towels. I need to wipe down 2 check stands. And I also needed to attend to the customers and back whenever the cashiers needed any help. So once again, it was quite a crazy, hectic situation, but I managed. Well, after the shift was over, I punched out, and I had a sudden hankering for a bologna sandwich. So I got some bologna, I got some keto-friendly low-carb bread, and I got some new Quest chips. I got a Trident Sour Patch Kids blue raspberry flavored gum. I bought everything, and then I drove off to, well, sorry, my mom was waiting for me in the parking lot to pick me up to take me home, and for which I was very grateful. And when we arrived home, I shared the spoils I had bought at the store, including some cheddar cheese, and she wanted some, so I gave her some. And she thought it was some pretty good bologna and cheese. And our family friend wanted some too, so I gave her bologna and cheese as well. And then I made my bologna and cheese sandwich. I was watching a video about a comet that's headed near the Earth and will pass by sometime in December of this year. Hopefully we get a good look at it because it sounds pretty interesting. And then my sister arrived from her initiation from her job today, and she wanted to show us some behind-the-scenes footage of how things are going at the place she's working at, and it was pretty fun and interesting, I would say. Then I got really tired, and I knew I needed to go to sleep, so I said goodnight to my sister, my mom, and I went off. I decided to make this video before bringing up the black trash can, brushing my teeth, and going to sleep. Alright, tomorrow, here's hoping the car's fixed and everything works out smoothly. Also, I hope I have a really good day at work tomorrow. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody, and take care.